Hello and welcome back to another episode of Shapeless Skyrim. My name is Tori.
My name is Tyler. Today we are going to be checking out one mod today. I know what you're thinking. One? We had 5 last week. I want more.
Give me more, papa.
This one's much, much bigger and encompasses a lot because this is JK's Skyrim all in one. Mm-hmm. And we have a laundry list of people that recommended this. So
a lot of people wanting this one.
We'll give you this one. So thank you for suggesting this, Sir Lucifer Vampiro. Oh my God, this one. Anko Genkotalo. When Devils Strike, Foffy C, Jamie McKell, and Papillion 507. And maybe a couple extra people suggested it. So if you did, thanks for that. So we're here in Solitude, and you should have seen a lot of the changes already, like some of the wooden textures, those gates that we saw over at this entrance, like some extra like structures as a whole, like that kind of entryway right there.
Yep, brand new.
Brand new. Like it is, I mean, it's a facelift to all of the cities. It's all in one.
It's crazy because, so in each city, they take the existing elements of the city and they kind of build upon them. A lot of times it's just adding little touches, you know, maybe some like vines and moss growing or something like that. But then they also make these bigger changes, like in this case, adding this guard tower here with all these gates and walkways and, you know, there's weapon racks and stuff.
And a suspicious amount of fire barrels.
Dude, that's a recurring theme. We are going to see a lot of oil-filled barrels along this mod, and I don't know what the mod creator is like. I don't know if in his mind he's like, yeah, they're really working on the combustion engine, so they've been going through a lot in their testing, but
this seems extremely dangerous.
That seems like what they tried to do was put a Batmobile thing on this cart. You know what I mean? They're like, if we set the barrel of oil here and then strike a match, maybe we'll get NOS.
Maybe we get fast.
And from the flames was born Vin Diesel.
They accidentally created Vin Diesel with how much speed they were getting out of that wagon. Born of the flames of the first combustion engine testing. And it's also got this upgraded market center right here.
Yeah. So again, it's like this part takes like the existing, okay, there's a market here, and like, all right, let's add some nicer elements to it. And then let's also build upon it. Let's add more market stalls. And I don't know exactly what these gates are. Oh, you know what? These gates are there to block off common folk from going up to the guard area. Yep.
Yeah, and it's to, you know those kids that are always running around Solitude? It's like, when you just get fucking sick of their game of hide and seek.
I think it's really outstanding, and obviously we are going to be checking out a lot more cities here, but it's worth noting how well it fits directly into the vanilla city. It doesn't feel like this really, really jarring thing. It just feels like, oh, okay, finally, there's a little bit more here. We're done decorating. It's finally all done.
We figured out exterior design because, again, this is exterior designs, okay?
Yes. Yep. This has no interiors.
We've seen like a bigger city. How about we switch over to maybe a smaller city now to show the differences?
Yeah. Let's go check out Ivarstead. Now, Tyler, welcome to Ivarstead. And I gotta say, I think Ivarstead might be my favorite one that I found while testing.
I love the addition of like those little things in the water, like making it seem like an extra docking area.
Yeah, kind of building out the city's capabilities. Like, okay, well, they're on a stream. They probably have some fishing going on. Why do they not have any infrastructure whatsoever built to, you know, help that part of what you got to imagine is their daily life?
Exactly. And, like, I mean, I get it. Ivarstead you go to once in the entire base game.
Yeah, basically.
But it's always, like, it's the prettiest location.
Oh, yeah, it's great. It's at the foot of a mountain. It's got a stream running through it. It's like, yeah, the addition of having, like, some docks kind of come down and wrap around the outskirts of the city here, building up, like, they have a watchtower now. Like, if you're at the foot of the throat of the world, you probably are going to have some travelers or unwelcome bandits. Like, why would you not have some type of guard tower?
Say that 5 times fast. The foot of the throat of the world.
The foot of the throat of the world, the foot of the throat of the world, the foot of the throat of
This is just wildly pretty with, like how much it, like, it doesn't take away. It purely is, like, additional.
You're free. I know. That's what I love is, like, okay, that inn was totally fine. We'll add some vines to it. But what else we're going to do is add this little back porch area where they would use for storage of tables that they're not using or storing some extra mead barrels and stuff. Like, the things you don't think about that we all have, they don't have closets in Skyrim. This adds some, like, a little storage area for that kind of stuff. Or it's going to add a little path that the inn guests can come down and, you know, either sit by the water or the fishermen can bring the ketchup to cook for the guests. Like, it makes sense to have this here, and it looks 100 times better.
It is wild to think of, like, going to an inn and, like, you order fish and they're like, okay, how long should I expect? It just depends on how good our guy is at fishing today.
Yeah, we've kind of dried out this river, so things might take a little while. But what kind of fish did you want? Just like I don't know, I guess like cod. All right, well, we'll see what we can do. It's not really up to us.
It's kind of up to the guy outside, and I'm going to be honest, he's drunk a lot.
He's mostly drunk. That's the thing. Isn't it crazy for how long of human history everyone was drunk all of the time?
It was the only way to make it through your 25 years of existence. Your
25 years of misery. I do love that the city is bookended by these two watchtowers here. It's great because especially with like, this is a perfect place to get some leverage for anyone who might be coming from down there. Like, you have the high ground. Ivarstead is like you're right, it has a really pretty area, and I love every single addition here. Like that, I think this half of the city over here that's got all the docks and everything is upgraded so much by just a couple little touches.
Some things don't need to change, Tori, and that thing is Big Guard.
Gotta have our best pal with us.
So this one will be a little bit more noticeable because I'm guessing everyone is the most familiar with Whiterun. And you saw, like, at the entrance, there were those extra, like, guard areas. You see some more established, like gathering areas, like that well with supplies around it.
Mm-hmm. I like this, again, carrying on that kind of, like, yeah, you would need some storage and some protection here. Like, yeah, this shop is going to have a little storage area, kind of protected, fenced off back there. Ooh, hello.
Much nicer well. And it goes without saying, if you have any other city adjustment mods, you're going to need to wipe those to be able to
go ahead and
this.
take off anything else.
It's all in one. When they say all in one, they mean all in one.
And it's clearly nav mesh well, because Isolde's up here on this new outdoor seating area here at the Bannered Mare.
Not a lot changed with the market beyond the well, but then you see those little, like, attached to, like, all the shops and all the houses. There's those, like, extra additional pieces of structure where everything just seems a little bit more lived in.
It's some nice banners letting you know that this is where the Wolf Boys are.
The Wolf Pack, and then they do their cool little howls. Oh, okay, I like that. I like that addition,
like that.
Just completing out that structure, adding some, like, foliage.
That's nice. Ooh, they added a staircase to get up to, what's his name?
Gods be praised.
Yeah, that gentleman. Oh, that's sweet.
Oh, there's a gate, too. He's got a much nicer place to work now.
This is way nice. He's not just, like, if he was up here, again, most of people were drunk for most of human history. If he's up here drunk pounding some metal, he could have easily fallen off this big rock before, but now he's got some protective walls when he passes out. Oh, I like how the roofs have been changed. So yeah, there is some subtle building exterior changes, aside from, like, the big built-out ones, but they've done some minor stuff like, okay, well, this roof is going to be a little different. This brick texture might be a little bit different. But again, keeping in the spirit of the vanilla city, which I think is really cool.
The one thing I don't like is that the roads have been, like, narrowed a little bit because there's all this, like, clutter, and Vin Diesel can no longer drive around and do, like, cool donuts in the city.
Right. He was famous for doing that. He also can no longer walk down the city streets because he's so goddamn wide.
And drunk. Wide and drunk.
He's wide and drunk. The American dream. Now, Riverwood, I think, is a unique one because it doesn't have a whole lot about it changed, but the changes they do make are fantastic.
I love the chimney being attached to the smelter, the ropes above this. Like, very, very minute changes, because the road is still, like, this isn't like other city mods that we've checked out for Riverwood, where, like, the road is now paved, and, like, it's more of, actually, an established...
Just so you're aware, Tyler, I know we've been playing with for a long time, the road is paved in the vanilla game. The unpaved is a mod.
No way.
Yeah, it's Julihah's dirt replacer.
No fucking way. I do not believe you.
Well, you're dumb as shit.
I'm not going to believe you in any evidence you present otherwise. I'm sorry. It's not real. I don't believe you.
Cool. That seems like a really healthy mindset to go about your life with.
Oh, some extra bridges.
Again, I love, same as Ivarstead here, I love the built-out dock system, because, again, Riverwood is, very much like a fishing kind of village. Having the docks built out down here so they can navigate between this island and have a couple more nooks to fish off of, that's so fucking good. Oh, and bridges that go all the way across. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
No longer do you have to get your feet wet.
Yeah, I hate when my feet get wet, because I wear really thick socks and they get all squishy, and I hate it.
You should be just wearing Crocs every day, Tori.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You should just be getting into Crocs. Don't worry, I got like a creator code that you can use.
Crocs.gov/shapeless.
Dress for the job you want and all that.
And I want nothing more than to be a stepdad.
And I want nothing more than to be an influencer for Crocs.gov.
Well, Tyler, I do like Riverwood. Again, like, subtle. This one feels, it really does feel like the vanilla version, but, like, just enhanced by the extra docks and everything. I love it. I want to get some more of it, and that's why I think we should check out the next city.
Let's head on over to Dragon Bridge. That one is always a little bit underwhelming in vanilla game, and I'd love to see what they've done with the place.
Well, just because you want to go there, I don't think we will. Welcome to Riften, Tyler, and I had noticed that this one is one of the choppier ones. It doesn't quite run as smooth as some of the other cities, but I think that that's kind of Riften from the vanilla. It's always a little bit choppier.
Yeah, so while you're looking at it, I do want to call out some ones that we did try looking at, and they're either just too choppy or there was just some issues that we had with it. So Riften always was choppy. The other ones, the one that was like a no-go was Morthal. Morthal crashed the game twice. That one we couldn't even get in. Windhelm is also pretty choppy, but again, that's a lot of the vanilla stuff too.
Yeah, Windhelm was almost unchanged. Like, it was hard to notice anything new about it, and it ran like shit, which confused me.
And Skyhaven Forge couldn't enter.
Yeah, Skyhaven Forge appears to work if you do it the correct game way, but if you try and cheat your way up to it, it does have an invisible bubble around the entire outer area that was changed, so I couldn't get in there.
When it's vanilla Riften and you have to run at those frames, it's hard, but it looks so good with those cranks. I don't know what the fuck you would call those. Yeah, like the cargo cranes that are in there, and the added foliage looks really great. They did a great, I think this mod creator has done a great job of taking the feel of the city they're in and using those elements to build it out. You know, this feels like Riften. It doesn't feel like, now there's Solitude stuff here. It fits very naturally, but the frame rate is a bit of an issue. Oh, this is smooth over here. It always was. I remember this playing in 2011, where it's there's a corner of the city that you can operate completely fine in. Yeah, and hey, very 5 re-releases later, we still get the same issues. Still get the same goddamn issues. And this, might be something you can clear up with, Riften Run Smoother mods. There's a bunch of those, so, you could try it with that. But there is something very, very cool about this part of of this mod. Let me try that again. Let me just go ahead and take that one. There is something very cool about this mod that I do want to show off, which means I have to get on a roof somehow. Well, so they have built out a bunch of Thieves Guild sort of walkways. So if you go from, what is it called, Honeyside or whatever, jump up here. Now all of a sudden, we have these pre-built walkways where we can get up here, and it all just works super seamlessly. Very, very nice.
These weren't here to begin with, right? I'm not being... Now I'm worried that these are in the vanilla game and I'm just dumb.
No, because there are mods that add walkways to the Riften roofs.
True. Thank you, Tyler, for quelling my fears. And they have like these strings that you can... Why do video games always assume that any human person could just walk across a string?
Who knows? Maybe we can't. Maybe everyone else can, and we're the idiots.
But it's a great addition to the city. It definitely helps with like the Thieves Guild kind of thing. You know, it allows you to easily get up on here and, sort of role play that in a way that like makes a lot of sense for what this city is and who lives here. And it's just rad. And frame rate issues aside, I think this is a great addition to the city, and hopefully it can be cleared up with some frames per second mods.
Okay, now can we go to Dragon Bridge?
Yeah, now we can. Now, Tyler, the last city that we are going to show today is Dragon Bridge here. But again, this affects every city in the game, pretty much. Like the big ones and the small ones. We just wanted to show you a good mix here. And Dragon Bridge, well, it's protected now. You got these big old swinging doors because everyone trying to raid this great city.
I do love the doors that added that kind of grand entrance feel to it. Mm-hmm. And yeah, like you'll see there's like that new, like the undersides of these buildings, I don't know, floor level is more fleshed out with those.
Well, this is a new building entirely. There was never a goods store here before.
And just the updated like fences around the areas. I love that. Farm. It's more separated, and I like that. Like, it feels more like... Because Dragon Bridge always felt like you walk through it, and just everything is just boom, 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 boom. Like...
Okay.
With the clutter, it separates the buildings out a little bit more, and, like, gives them distinguished kind of areas.
Yeah, distinguished areolas. I agree with you. I think that... That's a good point. I thought you were digging yourself into a grave, but I understand what you mean now. It gives each and every building its own sort of prominence rather than just like, okay, here's a bunch of cities plopped in this little hill.
I'm amazed that they were able to nav mesh all of this so, like, perfectly.
I know. I think JK is a wizard. He has to be.
There's no other way about it because, like, the layout isn't like fundamentally changed, but there's entirely new like areas to bring these people, and it works.
Oh, what's this? God, all of that I love. That's probably my favorite thing is that there's so many expanded walkways and like, same with the docks and everything. Every city just got a nice little treatment on that kind of stuff. Like, just adding more functional, like, why would they not have an entrance coming on that side too? Like, oh, you have to walk all the way around? No, we'll just make a set of stairs here that has a little bridge that leads there. It's beautiful.
Yeah, the walkways are... Here's my thinking on it. The walkways.
Give me your hot take.
Great for Crocs, bad for Vin Diesel.
Sure. Not wide enough for Mark Sinclair, but great for those stylish shoes.
We all did just learn that Vin Diesel's name is Mark Sinclair, which I don't like. It's Vin Diesel. Thank you very much.
Most people don't like the fact that his name is Mark Sinclair.
Stop calling it a fact, okay, Tori? That is a great bridge design. Holy shit, I don't think I've ever seen that before. Go back. That is
bridge?
Fucking great.
Yeah, where it's just like, especially the fact that it's the thing that leads to the lumber mill here. It's like, yeah, they're using what resources are available to them realistically. And yeah, we're just going to put these boards across and make a kind of ramshackle bridge so that we can easily get, I imagine it's probably for some type of trade. I don't know. I don't think that's carriage worthy, but either way, it leads you all the way up to the other protected entrance to the city here, which is amazing.
That is so good. I have never seen that bridge design used before. That is so cool.
Yeah, it's great.
Oh my god, that sun just disappeared.
Yeah, the sun just died, and maybe it was figurative. Maybe it was like the sun setting on this episode, now that we've shown off all of these beautiful cities.
And if you would like us to show off any more mods that you'd like to suggest, Well, you can do that right here in the YouTube comments, or you can head on over to our Discord channel, where we have an entire topic suggestion channel that you would be able to utilize for future episodes. You can also suggest podcast topics. Why would anyone ever do that?
Well, because we do a weekly comedy podcast called Baseless Claims right here on this channel and across the internet on all of the great podcatchers you like. It's a great show. If you like the energy of this show, I think that you're going to have a real fun time listening to us talk and make you laugh and have hot goofs and hot takes and controversial takes and sell horse paste.
And Crocs. We're selling Crocs now.
It's mostly Crocs. Yeah, we've kind of moved into that era. Yeah. Oh, and also, if you have suggestions for Skyrim, we should mention, don't post them in the comments on a Baseless Claims episode, because I'm not going to look at it then.
Yeah,
you're disqualified immediately.
It is disqualified. If you comment anything Skyrim related on a podcast video, it is immediately disqualified, and that's been a running rule for years now. So just an update in case you're new or in case you haven't listened to the podcast before. The rule of Baseless Claims is Skyrim? What the fuck is Skyrim?
Only nerds would play that.
That's the rule for the podcast. It's for sponsors, okay? We're trying to look cool. And if they see us playing Skyrim, they're going to be like, gross. No.
Keep it cool, guys. All right. We'll see you next week.
Do you want your Lightning McQueen Crocs?